Pie is love, and love is pie. That's the motto of my talented pie-making friend, Keia Mastrianni. In her kitchen, we're making an inventive muscadine pie that is truly a revelation.
Hey, friend.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. We got sunshine. We got you. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, and we've got pie.
Pie. Everything's better with pie.
Come on in.
I love your pie space. What do you call this magical room of piedom here?
Well, this is the home of Milk Glass Pie. It's my little cottage bakery that I built here on our farm.
And you are the most pie person I've ever met. How did you fall in love with pie?
I think I fell in love with pie because I fell in love, period. My partner, Jamie Swafford, he is a farmer, and we met because I wrote a story about him one time. And our first Christmas together, he had given me a pie book. And in the inscription, it said, "Love is pie." And you know, I was just filled with love, and I just had to put it in the pie. I just kept baking pie and baking pie and baking pie.
I love that. So your combinations are so creative. You're known for that. Now, it's muscadine season, so you're bound to be doing some fabulous things with muscadines.
We've got muscadine vines here on the farm, so we just have them in abundance. I had this idea to do something that was akin to peanut butter and jelly, so I created a PB&J pie with muscadines, which is, you know, nostalgia for me. Once we pick the muscadines off the vine, there's a process of kind of separating the pulp from the skins because there's a seed inside that muscadine grape. So we've got to kind of get that out. So we have the muscadine pulp, we've got the skins, which is where all the flavor lives, and then we usually recombine them in order to make the filling. And I usually add spices and sugar, and we cook that filling down for this pie. I always like to combine the dry ingredients together, especially when I'm using cornstarch. Like if you're not careful, it gets a little clumpy if you're adding it to liquid. So I've got some light brown sugar and granulated sugar, a half cup of each.
Now, why are you using 2 sugars? Is that for flavor? Is that for thickness?
I just always mix them because I just think it makes a better pie.
If you tell me it makes a better pie, I'm sold.
A half teaspoon of allspice, a half teaspoon of ginger, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I've got a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And then we're gonna thicken this on the stovetop. So we're gonna use a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay. And I normally give that a mix. I love using my hands when I'm mixing sugar and spices. I think that this gives you the opportunity to get any sort of clumps out.
We've got a lot of info coming through those fingertips, don't we?
So this is 2 pounds worth of muscadine filling. Just add it in to here. And I will just kind of mix it in. Then we've got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of Old North shrub.
For people that have never had a shrub before, what is it?
Shrub is fruit, vinegar, and sugar. And shrub is my secret ingredient.
Well, you know, as they say at home, that is 40 kinds of fabulous.
And I normally just kind of stir that up together. I usually let it come to a full boil. I just kind of pour it out onto a sheet pan to let it cool because we will add some egg to bind the filling, and I don't want to cook the eggs. I want that filling to be all the way cooled.
You are the queen of crimp, of all crimpdom. What did you do to pre-bake it?
With any pie shell that I pre-bake, the pie shell gets frozen, I cover it in tin foil, and then I usually add some type of pie weight into the shell, and I fill it all the way up to the top.
And the pre-baking kind of seals it so that this filling's not going to sog out the bottom, right?
Correct. We do not like soggy bottoms in this house.
No soggy bottoms.
That's it. That's it. So we're going to just add this cooled filling to the pie shell.
So how do we put the PB in the PB&J?
With this peanut butter oat crumble.
So how did you get the little lumpy bits?
I refrigerate my crumble.
There you go, and that butter sets back up.
That's it.
I've always loved a crumble on top of a great pie. But I sure didn't think of peanut butter. That is ridiculously good. Thank you, my dear. You are the best pie person I will ever know.
It's good to have pie people in your life, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'd love you without the pie, but this helps.
Yeah, right.
Good Lord, that's good.